Hello and welcome everybody. Today we are doing another video. This video will be about the gender war. And usually I don't really do gender videos. I usually do race videos and things to that nature. But you know, I had to make this video. I had to talk about it because there really is too much male shaming coming from the right, coming from supposedly the right. For the longest time in the 2010s, like male shaming has two sides of one coin. You know, for the most for the majority of third wave feminism, male shaming was, we all know what it is. Oh, your dick's not big enough. You're a misogynist. All men are trash. All men are evil. Trying to shame men in a more moralistic way. But nowadays, you guys all know this. You're all smart. You see, all these women who claim to be conservative, trad. It's just usury in another form. It's just usury, and it really grinds my gears how all men to women, especially in the right, are just looked at as essentially providers, and with no regard to how men feel or what they actually want from women. These women think that men are just made to like work in the coal mines. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. These women they found a grift in the sort of trad sphere, you know, shaming feminists, and though these women will claim I'm not a feminist, I'm a conservative based woman. Please notice me. Please notice me. I'm always online all the time. You see all these women, they're constantly online. They don't actually have husbands. They don't actually, they're chronically online shaming men. But what I really wanted to make this video, guys, it's for you guys, because I know you guys are smart, but you have to realize that society is constantly trying to put you into a box, and you'll see these conservatives saying, "Oh, the culture, the elites, they don't want you having kids." They actually do want you having kids. Well, maybe not you, but they definitely want people having kids. They want men to be slaves. They want men to get married and to be slaves to prop this system up. The elites can't have a system without men's labor and them working like dogs. Which is why, for the longest time, I would say from like 2022 till now, you see a bunch of these trad women saying that real men work, real men have to do this, real men work in the coal mines. But the thing is, this is just another shaming tactic for men to do what women want to do. This is another side of the coin to shame men into making them support this system and to keep women afloat. You see, you guys understand that your value as a man is tied to how well you can prop up society. If you choose to opt out of propping up society, which a lot of men are doing, and I honestly say good for them. Like if you're a man who says fuck this, I'm just gonna enjoy my life and be stress free, I honestly applaud you. But this is a problem for society right now, because the less men that are in infrastructure and construction and getting into iron work, getting into plumbing, getting into skilled trades, getting into labor roles, that disrupts the economy. You can't just bring in Infinity Indians. They're not going to know how to. They might know how to do Uber and basic labor, but they're not going to be able to keep the nuclear power plants running and having transmission lines that are carrying tens of thousands of voltage down to down to your house, keeping all the houses and industries powered. You can't import that sort of knowledge set. You need to have men who are born here, who are intelligent. You need to invest into the native men to do that. You can't just have a million Uber drivers. It doesn't work that way. And that's why I really do think there's some sort of opt to shame men into really taking on slavery. You know, this video really is about this comment right here by Rebecca V. Proud American, anti-commie Becca. I've known this person on Twitter. I've seen her posts. They're pretty dog shit. Um, well, I wouldn't really characterize that as dog shit, but they're subversive because what she says in this comment will be indicative of that. Construction, law enforcement, the military, etc. Anything that requires physical strength. There's plenty of stats on this. Just look for fields in which the majority of people are men. These jobs are extremely important and valuable, and over time you can make tons of money in addition to being competent and having tons of transferable skills that will save you incredible amounts of money. I highly recommend. I mean that seriously. You see, the thing is, guys, she's not arguing this in good faith. I agree in some aspects, where we cross over that having those skills, as a skilled tradesperson, being competent, those are good skills to have, generally speaking. But this lie that working overtime and working your balls off in a skilled trade, I did a video like that a couple days ago. How skilled trades is a big scam, the whole industry. You're not going to be making that much money as a skilled tradesman. You can do your overtime. You can work your 80 hours a week, and maybe make 100,000, maybe. But do you want to be doing that? Do you want to be working tons of overtime? Like, to most men out here, you guys don't want to be doing that. You see, for me, I used to believe in this bullshit. Like, I used to, when I was younger, when I was 17, 18, I used to believe, to be a real man, you got to work hard. That's not what being a real man is. For me, my whole philosophy now is I do what I want to do. No one's going to shame me. No motherfucker is going to shame me to do something that I don't want to do. Do overtime. No, I'm good. I'm good on all that. For what? What am I doing overtime for? For a company that pays me peanuts? No, you guys understand that there's a lot of men out here who are longhoused. The average skilled tradesperson, the average skilled tradesman or laborer who clocks into their plant, their work site and doing hard labor, these men are also neutered. You think a lot of these skilled trades guys are big and tough? They're not. They are on the opposite side of the man who's like a soy boy and is like a male feminist. They are on the opposite side of the coin. A lot of these men are longhoused. They got some woman pregnant. They got to provide for their family, or they got a woman that tells them you got to work hard. A lot of these men are longhoused. These men, they are working their butts off for what? Because for them, I got to feel like a real man. But what are you propping up as a real man? A society that hates you? A society where women just view you as a utility? The skilled trades men are not masculine. These guys are tired as fuck. They got low T. Their dicks don't work because they're constantly breaking their backs. This whole lie that you can make tons of money in the skilled trades is bullshit. But you see women constantly lying. They don't know the truth about the industry where most men work in, which is, I would say, labor. Most men don't have a choice to do things like things that are more white collar. They're forced to do things they don't want to do. So this is going back to my original point. This is just more bad faith shaming, male shaming arguments. You think this woman really gives a fuck about men? She only looks at you as a dog, a work mule to be working in the mines. That's this is not in good faith, not at all. If you go down here, this is a guy responding, pretty based comment. Construction, laughing my ass off. You clearly associate with pawn scum. I think we're done here. Okay, continue to be an angry incel. You see how she's already using the incel arguments? You are an incel if you don't want to be working 80 hours a week in the coal mines, breaking your back. I'm telling you guys right now, if these women could be in power, they would mandate men to be working in the coal mines from the age of like 10. They're I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. There was a post on Twitter. I'll try to find it, saying how uh, men need to be drafted at like age 16 or some shit like that. And you see women agreeing with that. I've got to find it for you guys. I've got to find it for you guys. But you see how she uses the language of "you're an angry incel," you know. And a lot of people are just like, men have woken up. Like the 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 whole sentiment is like, men know the sentiment now, so they're not falling for this crap. This is not 2015 anymore. Watching you guys be miserable, lonely, alone is so satisfying. Honestly, like this whole point that we're gonna be lonely, not really. Like, the average man would be happier just working a normal, like, you would probably be happier working in an office, like working 30 hours a week than breaking your back. Like you guys understand that physical labor jobs are not fun to do. They're not, you know. And for me, I enjoy not propping up society. I enjoy not propping it up. That's my whole philosophy. Like these people can go to hell. Yeah, that's not really based this comment, but I have to go find the other comment. You know, so a lot of people are just torching her. Let me search up military draft. 1 second here, guys. Here it is. Here's the comment. This is gonna. Oh, looks like these two are, responding to each other. So that definitely isn't a coincidence, right? So, that's actually, this gets even better, guys. This actually gets even better. Okay, I guess this is just a. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's see this comment. Same woman. I really do think conscription would be a good thing. Having everybody, including women, do the 2 years in the guard, construction, or law enforcement would help them to understand the value of masculinity. She actually doesn't believe women would be drafted. She only wants men to do it. Whereas women were gifted with the ability to create life, men were gifted with physical strength, but far too many of them don't use it anymore. See, here's the thing, guys. I'm not saying the value of being a man who works hard is bad. But we are not living in a patriarchal time period. We're not. We're not living like our children, our young people are being brainwashed to be the opposite gender. If you know what I'm talking about, they're killing billions of babies in the womb, bringing your competition, other men of different ethnicities, mass immigration, bringing these people to your country. There is no reason to be working hard. These women, they want all the. This is from TFM from years ago. They want all the authority with no responsibility. But we as men, we have no say into determining our authority. They just want us to have 100% responsibility. So we're not allowed to talk about how, all these problems of mass immigration, the Truny stuff, the mass killing of babies. We're just supposed to shut up. No, that's just not going to happen. If you fall for this, guys, I'm sorry, you're too far gone. You are too far gone if you fall for this male shaming tactic. There are actual problems we need to solve. Okay, and it will be, the requirement will be mass violence. You guys think you're gonna work a job in a labor field, digging shit with an excavator, and be a real man? No, a real man in this. Well, Hammerhand. This is a good point by Hammerhand. A real man is just a man. There's no such thing as a real man. You're a man. You're a man. So these women, they think men should just work and shut the fuck up. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to listen to shrews who only want to use men for their labor. It's not going to happen. Because like I said, guys, your value as a man in terms of society is you breaking your balls, breaking your back. That's all they want you to do. That's what women want you to do. They don't view you as as anything more than that. They think, oh, if you're a real man, you'll work hard and get a woman. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. So most men need to do things that have some little danger and require physical strength. Actually, no. That's not what we're going to do. Because in order for this society to be overturned, to get rid of all these bad things, you have to let it burn. You know, I really do wish society could be saved, but it's not going to be saved with you guys, you know, being good little slaves going to your jobs and just shutting up about everything. It's not going to be saved that way. You actually have to. There's institutional things that you have to change that are going to take decades, if it even gets changed. So here's another comment: Israel root work conscript women and send them to the front lines. See, this is another simp. You see this guy, Barak Man. Let's click on his profile. Rehabilitated rogue, philosophy, history, guns, women. This guy is not a masculine man. This guy is another gynocrat agent that is trying to shame men into accepting their place on the lowest rung of society. If you're a white man in America, you're already on the lowest rung of society. Most American men are on the lowest rungs. These men are trying to bring you back to keep you on the level. They don't want you ascending. So all the comments here are pretty based. I definitely like to see that. That makes me proud, guys. So here's the original comment. In a way, you can't really blame today's men for finding sex to be the only game worth putting them in wars. I agree with. There is no really it really isn't worth it, so let's see this comment right here. See that my whole like fix would be like, yeah, getting up and being a slave is not going to actually fix, like, getting up and taking responsibility as a man is not necessarily going to get you a woman. See, this guy thinks that, oh, you just got to, do a masculine trade and you'll get a woman. It's not going to happen. Like, in this day and age, to get a woman, I'll be honest with you guys, you can get a woman. She's just not going to be super, 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 good looking in terms of, being looks matched. You know what I mean? You're going to have to deal with that. You're not going to get a model looking girl. It's just not going to happen. But you don't need to be this, like, alpha simp that you see a lot of these. Oh, I gotta provide for society. You don't need to be that, And even so, I don't necessarily think it's like, if the trade off is that you're a slave just to get a woman, it really isn't worth it. A woman who is good will like you regardless. They will want to be with you if you're unemployed or employed. That's the type of woman you should go for. Not listen to these men who want you to be a good utility. So just more male shaming. I think I'm going to end the video here, guys, because I don't want to get too angry. It'll give you something to think about, before you really think, I got to be a real man. My whole goal for you guys, especially for the younger, adolescent men, is that don't be longhouse. Don't be like, the whole idea that being a real man, that's another opposite side of the coin of male disposability. All right? So you got to do your own thing. You got to enjoy your life. You have to enjoy your own life. You have to have your own goals and dreams. You don't be second fiddle so you can appease simps like these male cucks, these agents, these gynocrat agents. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for today. If you have any comments, questions, and concerns, just leave them in the comment section, and we'll address them in another video. But take care. We'll see you in another video.